Zimbabwe State of Nation Address. What happened and what is happening? We witnessed a showcase of Zimbabwe's military day in full flamboyance. That will be General Philip Valero Sibanda there making an entrance, showing on the screen there. Now, at this State of Nation address, we would see a very surprising but not surprising attendee at the State of Nation, none other than the political party Nature, who some title as Snitch. Of course, we're talking of none other than Umsebenzo Wengoma Inorida Hiti Tabangu, 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 Tabangu. Then we see this entrance by Vice President Constantino Chiwenga. Everything there is all style and show off, even more show off than we witnessed at this recently ended SADC Summit. Now, of course, we're going to go into the SONA address itself. What did President ED talk about? What did he address? Did he address the concerns that are being raised right about now, trending on social media, especially the Ziggy Mari? We can hear the military playing in the background there and making their chants. Everybody is spot on. We see him move inside the venue there with a massive number of bodyguards clad in slick suits are there. Then we see this one will be President E.D. Mnangagwa. This one will start from the road leading to the parliament. Then we see the pilot cars there making entrance. Wow. Horses. And the famous vintage Rolls Royce. We see ED now rolling in the Rolls Royce as he arrives there to make an attendance. Of course, this is not OK Grand Challenge, but this is a grand entrance. We have seen horses. They are there at the OK Grand Challenge and the Grand. As the political grandmaster makes a grand entrance. How about the General Philip Valero Sibanda? We see him there also at the State of the Nation address. His presence there. Should he be there or not there? I don't know. However, I think him being there just sends a message on its own. So we see there is a military lady there leading. Then we see this one holding a sword. Maybe it's supposed to be the aide de camp. Then who is standing there behind ED? It is the General Philip Valeros Banda. There, standing right behind ED. This is a scene we have not seen, or to be precise, I have not seen before. Maybe some have seen it. Personally, I have not seen something like that. Obviously, I would have noticed. Enough respect to everybody who's watching us live. But now to those watching us live, you can write a comment in the top chat or in the super chat. That's how you can see your name, so I can give him a shout out, sir. Enough respect to Lillian Mark says, I'm watching from Botswana, Vicky in Kani. What's up, what's up, what's happening over there? So, our Vision Twabi says, hi, this Zano team, Vano Nyepa, and Havananyazi, my way. I know how to deal with these NPF people if they are liars. Okay, I will tell you. Regis Siga, okay, how is it? Say, enough respect. Duty Matabura. I don't think ZANU-PF people lie. We know who they are and what they do and what they stand for. So we know the truth. Anyways, let us continue there. Enough respect to everybody. Thank you very much to Diowuti Matabura says, thank you a lot for your channel, big up. Thank you very much for that positive message coming there. The brass band playing in the background, sounding like these guys are about to bury a hero. And we're seeing a whole lot of military guys there on the scene there. Yeah, this is this is a show. This is for sure. Yeah, obviously. That's why these guys are standing in order, all those things there, all those drills. It's a show for the camera, of course. What else we did before? Maybe also for those guys to have a good time with themselves there. But anyways, anything that is done is for the camera. Even a wedding party is for the camera. Yeah, so that you go capture the moment and in the future you go remember. Now this is a political moment there. It's all about political ticking. Political ticking, how many ticks are you going to be getting? Are you going to get ticks as in max, or you are going to max out ticks? Anyway, let us continue. This is the Nyanya who did this. Enough respect to the Sangongo, enough respect to Award Mujigandarina, Taking Gang, how is it there? So, and shout out to Allen Magombeze. Enough respect, everybody who's watching us live right now. Let's step in now, ED, to hear what it is saying here.
The adoption of the Zimbabwe gold, the ZIG, in April 2020.
He just opens with the ZIG. I'm going to rewind and let him talk so that I don't interrupt the video. The video is very Mnangagwa, okay.
For this year was an important step towards stabilizing the domestic currency encouraged by our gold and precious metal reserves.
Encouraged by our gold and precious mineral reserve.
It remains the duty of all of us to respect and abide by measures and instruments intended to maintain economic stability.
All right, there he mentions measures and instruments. I think I'm just going to be interrupting him. Because for this to end and come back again, we need to take note of the key takeaways as they are what this guy is really talking about. So here he opens that we're talking about the ZIG. Then he maintains that the ZIG is backed by gold. Then he talks on adherence. But when he talks on adherence, it sounds like he want to be talking about the Constitution. Now he begins to talk about statutory instruments. It is speculated that one of the things that they're going to be dealing with today is that some bills have to be passed into legislations. So earlier on today, I've been checking some of the bills and legislations that haven't yet been formalized or made into legislations in Zimbabwe. It's a lot. I'm talking more than 200.
Precious metal reserves. It remains the duty of all of us to respect and.
It remains the duty of all of us to respect. Now, at law, especially our state laws and our national laws, there is what we call duty or obligation. A duty is what you should do for your country, and it is a duty. So an act of omission will be a committing of a crime. So, however, Mnangagwa is a lawyer. That one he is mentioning, they are not aware of it even before he finished the sentence.
Abide by measures and instruments intended to maintain economic stability.
He says measures and instruments, measures, okay.
And the term inflation in our country. In response to the increased foreign currency pressures and in a bid to deepen the foreign exchange market, the Reserve Bank allowed for greater flexibility under the willing buyer, willing seller arrangement.
He talks on forex deficiencies. What would have led to forex deficiencies in Zimbabwe? Why would we be having foreign currency shortages? What are we manufacturing and exporting? How is that intersecting with the local currency, the ZiG? Let's forget that it is backed by gold. Let's just talk about money in general. The flow of money. Which businesses require US dollars for purchases every day? The government of Zimbabwe, don't they have a platform for businesses where businesses, after every financial day, they make deposits and then they get their money in the US dollar, or they get their gold and keep it whatever they want to be doing? Remember, we would be having the Musua Tunya gold coins. Then we hear that this money is backed with coins. So I'm confused about that. I'm going to skip it because these guys would skip it. They would skip it, and then it seems like another entity. So if you're watching, guys, I know. Okay. So it's not necessary right now. I have to look deep into it because we'll see something similar like that happening during the days we see the first days of Mtulinube, where the guy would introduce two currencies. I'm talking of two not physical currencies. There will be the LTGS and the bond. Basically, the guy introduces two monies. Now, the bond would have been said to have been backed by a $200 million facility. And according to my calculation, the time they would introduce the LTGS, it would be another money. And that bond would still remain redeemable. If not redeemable, then Africa's next bank should still pay Zimbabwe actually for agreeing on being the guarantor of that money. Let's say they would claim, yes, the facility is there when it was not there. That is what should happen.
The increased flexibility on the foreign exchange market is expected to further promote effective price discovery and encourage holders of foreign exchange to participate in the willing buyer, willing seller market. Government remains committed to backing the currency through setting aside 50% of royalties for building reserves. Foreign currency flows from exports have increased from US 7 billion in 2023 to over 8 billion in 2024. Our current banking sector is on sounding footing with sufficient capital and liquidity buffers, while profitability, asset quality, and liquidity metrics have also remained stable. However, we note with concern the resurgence of parallel market activities driven by speculative tendencies. Corrective measures are being instituted to protect all Zimbabweans from economic disruptions.
All right, enough respect there. That is ED speaking. So he speaks on effective price discovery. Then he talks on the ZiG auction there, willing buyer, willing seller, right? So whether willing or what, you have to survive. So if one word are there, and obviously that is politics. Then he talks on gold reserves. He talks on setting aside royalties for building resources. Now, this would make sense. This would make sense following the gold, the Muswatunya gold coins, where we have literal gold in its weight and value used as the store of value. Then we would have this paper money with a QR code that looks like an instruction note you would find in some Chinese gadget or memory card there to scan for the app on Play Store. Okay, so I expected these guys, before they even launched the money, to have done justice to the design of the money. I expected to see some colorful money like the classical Zambian kwacha. You know, the material will be using some plastic-ish material that looks like the Australian dollar, right? Just to instill pride in that, because the people, they do not have confidence in the government. So for building reserves, what this would mean, should the level in our reserves reduce, it means our money devalues, as it is actually what it is. And this has just been pinpointed here straight up and explicitly. That is how it works. However, for me personally, what would bring a confusion on that it's supposed to remain stagnant. It's not necessarily the speech. The speech is the propagandering and the gunning properly we see happening on the Zig. That it would remain. But the truth is, if it is backed by reserves, when the reserves deplete, then the value would deplete there. And obviously, that would have to be in relation to international transactions where our Zimbabwe were trading with other nations. This would have been a bright idea if it had worked. In that our money is real money. And should people want to be externalizing the money and smelting it, we are exporting the gold for free transport. We're just getting the money. We keep minting more gold money. About our economy, no offense to the guys there, especially Mshayaman, I expect you from your bank there. Here, I haven't seen you perform. This is your first performance. However, just the look, especially at work, you're not at ease. You're not at ease, maybe as a professional street, a person who is ready to do business. But running a nation is different from running a bank. Running a nation is running a people. When we look at hierarchical dynamics, from nations we have the world, then we have God. So that administration has different approaches which should mainly focus on what we call greater good. Greater good. So there's a lot of things that happen which I don't want to be mentioning here because obviously the people who become our rulers are politicians, right? So politics is all about